Hello, Internet, and welcome back to the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast, the podcast that's slightly off, where we talk about movies from the Weirdo Watchlist and any other stuff we just happen to be watching. I am your host, Mikey. That's your host, Sam. How are you doing, Sam?
I am doing well. How are you?
I'm also doing pretty well.
You did not go see the Odyssey tonight like you planned.
No.
It was a second viewing. I thought it was your first. I
No.
thought you hadn't seen it yet.
Thankfully, no. Me and my wife saw that on Sunday, and I told my friends that I would go see it with them. They're the 2 movies a year type of guys. Like they'll just wait for everything to like come up on streaming. But the Odyssey, they know they're like, we got to see that. You got to take us to that because I'm the movie guy. Yeah.
You gotta.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that was supposed to happen, but as these are friends from high school and we're all approaching 30 and none of us can figure anything out.
Yeah.
So we're doing it sometime next week. So we're going to try and catch a 70mm screening then.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That'd be sick.
Yeah.
That's on the bucket list here. I don't know if I'm going to find time, but is there a few of them in Minnesota?
We've got the AMC Southdale and I think the Heights, as well as the Imagine Willow Creek. So those theaters have 70mm projectors.
Yeah.
No IMAX 70mm though, just regular digital IMAX.
Yeah. What the closest 70mm IMAX is Indiana or something?
Yeah, Indianapolis, I think.
Yeah. A 9-hour drive or plus. I don't know.
Who's going to Indiana just to see a movie? Not me.
Yeah.
If I lived in Chicago, I'd do it.
While you're there, might as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, hell yeah. Well, so how did you think? What did you think of the Odyssey? I'm sure you liked it. Everyone's liking it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
I loved it. The chuds on the right wing sides of Twitter hated it, but
yeah, they're pretending.
They
hated it before they saw it.
They're faking it. Yeah, a bunch of fakers got egos to keep up with, but no, I fucking loved it. It's an easy big win for me. You just seeing like a movie that looks impressive to make, and like Chris Nolan does that every time he makes a movie. It's not hard for me to really get behind anything he does. And he fucking makes the biggest movie ever here, and I think he fucking hits it out of the park again.
It is very large and loud.
Yeah.
When I was first in there, I saw it in Marcus Theaters or whatever, on a big screen, but of course not IMAX, but whatever. I was like, this is kind of quiet just for the first couple minutes. I was like, do they have this turned down? And I realized, no, everything else is going to be loud, but some dialogue scenes maybe a little quieter, but I think that just has to happen for everything else to be so damn loud.
Yeah.
Because it was not quiet. That bass was not quiet. God damn. It was awesome. It was sick. I loved it.
Was it just
I don't know if my grandma loved it. I loved that part. She didn't like the loudness.
Did you see it in like a large format theater or just?
Yeah, whatever they have, whatever Marcus has, the ultra screen or whatever.
Their monster
big, better
DLX
sound
thing. Yeah.
Yeah, but not IMAX, not film. But whatever. Fantastic movie. I loved it so much.
Yeah.
Christopher Nolan can do. I mean, it's gonna be crazy to see what he does next every time now.
It's like we had this conversation was had with Oppenheimer. I don't remember if you liked Oppenheimer or not, or were mixed on it.
I think I was a little ho-hum about it at first, but I've fully come around.
Okay, that's cool.
I think maybe I was expectations, maybe.
Sure.
But as they do.
Yeah, like Oppenheimer came out and everybody's like, okay, Nolan's gonna have the biggest blank check to do whatever he wants now. He's already been a guy who can just ask a studio for money and they'll give it to him. But after Oppenheimer, there was no limit to what that check was, like for real this time.
Right.
So I remember seeing like posts online like, Tom Holland, Matt Damon signed on for Chris Nolan's follow-up to Oppenheimer. What is it? And everyone, I remember seeing like photoshopped like posters of like military helicopter movie, right? They're flying through LA in helicopters, People thought for some reason it was going to be that. I don't know if there's like a code name that made people think about helicopters or what.
Some bogus source there, sure.
Yeah, and then it drops like, no, he's adapting the Odyssey, and everybody's like, yeah, that checks out.
Yeah, big.
Of course
big swing.
of course he's gonna like go for that with his biggest fucking blank check, and I mean, fucking proof is in the pudding. This is like the biggest movie of his career, like box office wise too.
It's crazy.
Like it's blowing all of his records.
Crazy. And I can only assume that it's going to hold very well. I don't know if you watch Charts with Dan. I don't know how I've never asked you that. Do you watch Charts with Dan on YouTube?
I don't. I never heard of him.
Oh my god. It's a weekly like religious experience for me. Every Tuesday, this guy named Dan, who used to be on Screen Junkies or something, he puts out this whole breakdown of box office numbers because they get released, and then he breaks them down and says, top 5, top 10. Really does a thorough fucking job.
Yeah.
Shouts out.
Shouts out.
But anyway, this movie's it's got to hold incredibly well. I mean, how many people are going to be going to just the IMAX? Like, it's probably going to be sold out for a couple weeks. You know what I mean?
No,
like, it's not just the first weekend. We're now over halfway through the second week of it, and it's.
I think I saw like Mondays and Tuesdays it overperformed expectations. Yeah. I think it brought in like $21 million on Monday. Like, this thing's will have crazy legs because, like, again, like I mentioned earlier, trying to like coordinate with some friends to see this thing in either 70 millimeter or at least IMAX, and like showtimes for like 3 and 6 o'clock on weekdays are like selling out. This thing's gonna have like fucking Cyclops sized legs, I think. Lestragonian sized legs.
Whoa.
Those are the big silver guys.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah. They don't say it in the movie, but yeah.
I believe you. Really? Okay, funny. It's funny that like movies seem to really, really, really do well if word of mouth is good. I mean, obviously Obsession.
Yeah.
Is like this box office like craze, because people are talking about it. People are really praising it. But like that, I've never seen a movie to this scale, any kind of blockbuster, have this much good praise for it in the first week. Like, I'm wondering how well it'll do the second week. I think it's going to do like impressive numbers. Again, I went on Tuesday and it was full at like 11 a.m.
I do not believe in a possibility this goes second at the box office because I don't know. I try to remember what comes out this weekend. There's a new Nicholas Winding Refn movie, Her Private Hell. It's a guy who did Pusher and Drive, right? That comes out this weekend.
Okay.
But that's like limited to just AMC theaters in our area. And that was never going to be like number one at the box office anyway.
Would you release your movie between the Odyssey and Spider-Man? Like,
if there's like
you got 1 week between those two.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Odyssey will be number one as well. I mean, all of that aside, I mean, I loved it. I love it. I mean, I don't know if I said much about what I love about this thing, but what was the most interesting, probably, and this is gonna be talking about the movie of the week, Mr. Lonely. Cersei in the movie. So I watched Odyssey before I watched Mr. Lonely. Okay.
Me too.
So Cersei is the girl with the turning the guys into pigs, right?
Insane shit.
Spoiler, if you don't know the Odyssey, I suppose.
It's the biggest movie. It's 6,000-year-old story. Biggest movie in the world right now. I think we can like start going into spoilers.
Big spoilers.
We both loved it. Spoilers for the rest of the episode.
She's played by, now I know her name, which is Samantha Morton.
Yes.
And I was like, in my head, I was like, I know her from something, and I couldn't pin it. And I was like, whatever, done. Movie went on. Forgot to look it up. I'm watching Mr. Lonely, and I see Marilyn Monroe, and I'm like, I know that girl. How do I know that girl? And that same exact thing went through my head, not piecing the two together that I just saw her on the Odyssey.
Fucking
literally
way.
Didn't piece it. And I was just like, what is that? So I looked it up, and I was like, oh, she was in Schenectady, New York. And then I was like, oh, wait. And then I realized that I was like, damn. And that was like one of my favorite scenes of the movie.
Yeah.
Her performance was so great. The visuals were insane.
Yeah.
I got to watch that with my grandma. It was fantastic. It was an experience. But yeah, all that. So 2 Samantha Morton movies this week. That's
Yeah, I didn't even know that either. That never clicked for me either. I felt like you heard me react because I also just looked at that right now. First time you were like leading me into it.
Yeah,
but,
I was like, I can't tell, but yeah, totally same person.
And with that like scene too, by the way, I'll lead into this, right, because I had a pretty not like super interesting experience, but I sat next to I think probably one of the better people to sit next to, for this specific movie, right? Because I don't know what trailers played in front of you, but there's a new Jessica Chastain horror movie.
Yes. Other Mommy?
Yeah, Other Mommy, right?
Yes.
Out of nowhere trailer. And this lady who was sitting next to me, it's a packed IMAX theater, and there's that first jump scare in the trailer of her under the table.
Yeah.
The lady sitting next to me screamed so fucking loud. It was
it's pretty crazy to do to mass audiences.
Yeah.
Pretty wild.
Just fucking I mean, like, it's a rated R movie, so you can do rated R trailers, but again,
it was an effective jump scare even for me, and I watch horror movies. So
yeah, I don't know if it like I would have found it as effective, maybe, but having her like just give like a quick like haunted house style shriek.
Yeah.
Was fucking hilarious, and then just her. It's just like in my peripheral, like seeing her like squeam and squirm throughout that whole like pig transformation scene, like straight out of fucking like American Werewolf in London. Fucking like she's like just pulling faces and just. I leaned over to my wife and I was just like, this is fucking insane.
Yeah.
Because, like, I read online just, like, early reactions on Twitter, like, of people who, like, actually watched the movie, saying, like, Chris Nolan's doing some insane body horror. And I thought that was gonna, like, come into play with the Cyclops.
Yeah.
And even watching the Cyclops, and I was like, this is the body horror they were talking about. This is good shit. Right. And then we go to, like, Cersei's cabin, where she, again, is just, like, pulling and mushing dudes into pigs, and it's like the sound design too is so visceral as they're like forcing themselves to eat that weird pork that's like I don't know what the fuck's happening to them.
Was it pork? Was it squid? It looked like squid to me for some reason.
It definitely was like pork. I don't think the Greeks discovered what squid was yet. But it was definitely some fucking gross
I thought they were eating like some fucking tentacles or some shit. I was like, what the fuck is going on?
Yeah, like it was already goopy. Like so gross and
disgusting. Yeah.
Yeah, disgusting. Just seeing them like unable to control themselves. They're freaking out. They're making all kinds of guttural sounds, and then Samantha Morton's just like shoving her hand down like the dude's throat, pulling fingers. I couldn't fucking believe it. It was like so fucking insane.
Yeah, I loved it. There were so many good standout scenes in the thing, and edited together so well. I mean, it plays with the flashbacks like really well. Like it doesn't ever feel like we're flashing back. It kind of just feels like a natural progression of the story, very much like reading an epic. I mean, like but oh man, the edit is so good. It is too good.
Yeah,
it's the same with Odyssey. I think it's the same people, same kind of people. Are a lot of the same people from Odyssey. I think are Oppenheimer. Sorry, all these O names: Oppenheimer, Odyssey, and Obsession. I can't. I'm just gonna call them all Odyssey. Anyway.
But yeah, you're right. Same editor. Also worked with Nolan for Tenet. So he's got this like a new crew of people like working with him.
Oh yeah, it's good stuff, man. It felt. I mean, 3 hours. It never had like a low point. I didn't think.
No, yeah, like I mean, like I've seen people like talk about how like clunky the first act feels. Like it takes like a lot of like back and forth and quick exposition dumps and like other like not unnecessary flashbacks, but a lot of flashbacks. To where my wife was saying, like, she's kind of like feeling a little like bogged down by it all.
Yeah.
Just like too many people being introduced, too many like pre-contexts to this story, and it's not until like Odysseus actually like shows up and starts his Odyssey.
Yeah.
For the movie to really like pick up steam, and I felt that a little bit, but I was just so jazzed that I was getting to watch the Odyssey that it really didn't bother me too much because I knew like what was coming in the end, I guess.
That's true. You know, I did think actually at one point. So at the beginning, I was engaged that whole time.
Yeah.
But I did once we started going on, the journey, the adventure. I remembered what the whole movie was like. Was like I was like, oh, there's giants in this shit. I was like, I forgot there was like magic. I forgot there was fucking magic.
And it's like it's also like in a Christopher Nolan movie too, for him to pull like more fantasy instead of his usual like sci-fi bag. That also is like what threw me off too, like kind of like going into it. It's like, oh yeah, there's gonna be like fantastical stuff happening, which is like something Nolan has never touched unless in like a sci-fi context. So like to see him do it like pretty like effortlessly too, I think. Again, like with the going to like the Lestrygonians, just seeing like they walk up through into the woods, see this like kid who's like as tall as they are, and then you just see this like fucking like troop of like the biggest guys you've ever seen, just ironclad armor just coming at them, and then like the trees are moving around them too. Like you really like a lot of the time you do forget, this is like a fantasy epic. They're gonna go to Hades here soon. They've got like like Athena popping up every now and then like they keep bringing up like Zeus is watching. You never see Zeus or any of the other like major gods aside Athena, but it still feels like.
But then they tell you why though at the end, and that shit was awesome. That's kind of a big spoiler, I feel like. So I won't get into it, but
I'll get into it later, because that's also like that context, like that final bit of Troy is like my favorite fucking part of the movie.
It's so good. It's so good. Yeah, I felt like the whole time Zendaya was like, "Why are you here?" You felt like you're like Dune Part 1 trailers. You know what I mean? Like we're just throwing
Zendaya
or like, in here.
Yeah.
But because of that payoff at the end, all worth it. It just made it all click. I was like, yeah, okay, checkmate.
Yeah,
so good.
My coworker told me like he felt like as like good as Zendaya is in like just about anything she does, he felt like she was like a little miscast because like she's like young to be, like a Greek god. You could have had a more like established like veteran person to play Athena, but
could have had Charlize Theron play her, and then Zendaya play.
Then you get the context in Troy, and I think this is where I just have to go into that scene. At least that final flashback where like Odysseus is just like groveling about like what he did in Troy and like coming to grips with like how fucked up it all was for him. And like breaking Zeus's law, they keep bringing that up throughout the movie.
Mm-hmm.
And then seeing, just like his men and like all the men that he brought into Troy, just killing an innocent woman who is played by Zendaya. At like an insane cut to them cutting the head off a statue, kind of just like puts like an entire new context across the whole fucking movie.
Mm-hmm.
And that's really when the movie like won me over. I was still like easily rocking with it in like a 8 or 9 kind of sense, but that final like bit at the end really pushed it to like this will probably be the best movie I see this year.
Oh, and God, I really don't want to just give away. If you haven't watched the movie, just skip forward.
You'll figure it out.
Very, very end is like such a like piece it all together. Like let me plainly tell you the moral of the story. Christopher Nolan's like, same as Oppenheimer, same as
Yeah.
this one. Don't do bad shit, you know? Hey, is that
Yeah.
the moral of the story? So good. God, I had chills at the end, at the very end. Oh,
Yeah.
man. Loved it. Loved that. Like, it was almost like a mic drop moment, you know, with the credits. Man, good stuff.
It's there was like a nice soft applause at the end of my screening too. Like, yeah, I thought about starting it myself, but I wasn't brave enough, and then some other nerd like across the theater got it going.
Funny.
Yeah,
Yeah, man.
I want to talk about like the Cyclops scene too, because like seeing like the one promotional still of the Cyclops kind of like leaning over the campfire, I was like kind of like wary on it. I was like, this is kind of like the design Nolan would go with, but I'm still kind of like unsure about it. I don't know about this lighting. I don't know about like the way it's like face is like twisted around a little bit. I don't know. But then seeing it in motion and seeing it like grabbing dudes and just biting their heads off. The woman sitting next to me, throwing her under the bus again, also just physically squirming and just curling up in her seat, unable to sit through that scene. Yeah.
It's funny you say that because when the spoilers, when the giant bites the first guy's head off, my grandmother laughed. The only person in the whole theater laughed loudly. It was like a reaction laugh.
Yeah.
And it was awesome. I love my grandma. It was the best. I told her afterwards. I was like, "You were the only person to laugh at that scene," and she thought that was very funny.
Yeah, there was like a moment where I was the only one, or like almost the only one to laugh at the scene.
Yeah.
But I like in the shock of it all, I like held it together because like it was like in the beginning when John Leguizamo's character is just like sorting through puppies, is like, this one's no good, and tosses it off the fucking cliff. There was such a collective like, what? Throughout the whole theater, because
nervous laughter.
Yeah, just like, huh?
Okay.
Oh, why did you do that? It's just like
terrible.
An insane thing to like put in your movie, just like out of nowhere. It was like the loudest reaction out of the entire movie.
I saw somebody post, like a personal friend of mine, post a status that said, if you are a dog lover, you might not like watching the Odyssey. And I hadn't seen it yet, but I did write, well, you definitely don't want to go see Evil Dead Burn, because the new Evil Dead Burn goes a lot farther with the dog killing. In a not fun way. I don't even need to get into that movie. We're talking about the Odyssey now. But I still... I don't know if you cried during the Odyssey at all.
Again, like
moments
that
where
last,
it was like real close, but that last dog scene.
Oh my god, yeah, like like his childhood dog, Odysseus' his childhood dog of 20 years, the one he saved from John Leguizamo, is like is like 20 years old by the like the time,
just waiting for his master,
and he's just home. He's just fucking waiting for his master to come home, waiting for Matt Damon. And like he's not like we don't see him move the entire movie. He is just old, laying on the floor wherever, just getting kicked, getting beat up by Robert Pattinson, who's also great in the movie too. We can talk about him again later if you want. And then like him finally coming home and seeing his dog still alive, just laying in a pile of poop. And like you see like the dog's tail like wagging just a little bit, and then it finally gets to die.
Thank you.
Yeah. He's like, you came home.
Yeah, that was a moment for me for sure.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't sob, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I was just in the moment and oh man. Yep.
The part that almost got me was just that overwhelming feeling when like Matt Damon is just describing what actually happened at Troy to Penelope, to his wife, as not even as Odysseus, just as a beggar named Sinon, right? He's just like telling his tale, saying like 10 years of like rage and chaos flooding through those gates, and I was the one to do it. I broke my own code. I broke Zeus's law. We are the people from the sea coming in. Our age of bronze is collapsing. That whole like dialogue really got to me.
Same.
And seeing like, yeah, like almost like Matt Damon's own like fog of war just going through Troy as it's burning, leading up to like the Zendaya bit I mentioned earlier. And just like, it's another, again, like tying it back to Oppenheimer, it's just more themes of like Christopher Nolan like reeling in his own like moral anguish about making The Dark Knight and ushering in just this the past like 15 or so odd years of filmmaking with just like endless like franchise superhero stuff. It's all Nolan's fault and he blames himself for it.
Damn. You know, the part that scene that you're talking about, what made me probably tear up the most, I mean the whole thing was emotional, but Anne Hathaway's performance in that scene, just her reaction to it, I'm like,
yeah,
you're
just
gonna cry,
like,
I'll cry. Like,
yeah,
let's go. I love her.
And
She's
just
so great.
like, did he wear Mike Pena? It's like, he never took it off. That's like, gets to her a lot.
Yeah. Oh,
the part
good
that
stuff.
made me feel like I floated out of my chair was during like the trial for like all the suitors to go through, where they like have to like string the bow and shoot it through the axes.
Oh yeah.
It's when like it's finally like Odysseus's turn after like Robert Pattinson's like, no, I know I'm not gonna do it, so you should just marry one of us anyway. And then Odysseus is like, I'll do it. And then he does it and like flicks the bowstring. That feeling, like I felt that in my entire fucking body. That was such an insane moment.
Sound design so good.
Sound design's so good, and it really is just
everything.
It like, I don't want to say Aura Farm, but
hey, I gotta run for like 1 minute. I don't know if you want
1
to keep
minute?
talking. I gotta run and grab my dog really quick.
Okay, all right.
She's
all right,
barking upstairs.
I can vamp about Snake Eyes or Transformers, so while he's gone, because I don't want to edit this podcast. We've been doing this for almost 3 years. I don't edit. I don't edit these podcasts. It's all done live and it's all recorded live. So in the minute he's gone, I'm gonna talk about Snake Eyes. Never mind, he's back. Welcome back.
Thank you. My dog
Yeah, go ahead.
was upstairs behind the door, so she was barking at the door so I could let her down here. So you're talking about sad dog scenes down there? I'm not even with you.
I don't even know where my dog is right now, but I'm sure she's doing fine. If she wants to hang out, she can come hang out.
Outside on a pile of shit.
Outside on a pile of shit, yeah. You didn't miss anything. I was just hyping up the audience that I was going to talk about Snake Eyes, and I didn't, because you got back quick enough.
Snake Eyes?
The Nick Cage movie, Brian De Palma.
Nick Cage? Brian De Palma?
Yeah, it's like... dude, it's so fucking good. It's like Trap, you know, with Josh Hartnett, but it's Nick Cage in a wrestling match, or a boxing match.
Sick.
Yeah, no, it's a great movie. It used to be on Tubi, but they took it off. It's on Paramount now.
There's so much good shit on Tubi.
Not Snake Eyes anymore, to my fucking pain and misery. So let's keep talking about the Odyssey. Right? Because biggest movie ever made. So many things to talk about. We haven't even mentioned, like, Robert Pattinson or Tom Holland. Like...
Feel free. I mean, I could also mention all the good performances, but they're all good performances. I mean, Himesh Patel, I think his name is, fantastic. So good.
Yeah.
Honestly, Tom Holland, not my favorite.
I saw one person say, that this is like easily like Tom Holland's like best acting performance. But he's in a movie surrounded by, like, the best people working today.
Right.
Who are all just acting circles around him.
Yeah.
So, like, as much as you can love Tom Holland in this movie, he's fighting against Matt Damon, Anne Hathaway, Robert Pattinson, fucking John Leguizamo, even, you know,
who did so good.
Who did so good?
Performance from him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it wasn't a bad performance from Tom Holland either. I just like, it felt like just Tom Holland, I guess. I don't know.
It's the unfortunate thing. He's cursed with perpetual baby face, where only ever gonna see him as Spider-Man. Yeah. But to me, this felt like the closest he got to like an actual like new character.
Yeah, he did. I mean, he definitely did. And I wish they would have written his. I don't. Not that they wrote it, but made his. Made his reaction to his father coming home a little bit more of anything, Sure. They didn't give him the chance to, the movie didn't give him the chance to have.
Yeah, because like he sees like Odysseus like walk up to his dog Rufus,
figures it out, but
sees the dog's tail wag and has to keep it on the down low. He can't freak out like, oh my god, it's Odysseus, my dad, Right. If that was the reaction, Odysseus wanted, he would have just strolled right in like Benny Safdie did, get fucking ganked,
Yeah. Can't believe that was Benny Safdie. There was a scene where he was talking?
Yes.
Multiple or just one? Because I might have gone to the bathroom or something.
Just the one scene. It was in Hades after Elliot Page has his dialogue.
I didn't want to go to the bathroom because the Hades shit was so cool, and I'm like, God damn it, I gotta pee so bad. And the Elliot Page shit was taking actually quite a long time, and I'm like, I think I can go quick.
That was the one scene. Benny Safdie. Yeah, that was the one scene Benny Safdie had dialogue in.
How was it?
It was alright. It threw me off because his character is just so physically imposing with that armor set. Yeah. And then it's just Benny Safdie talking in his normal voice is like, yeah, we've kind of fucked up a little bit, I came home and I got stabbed. I was not given a hero's welcome.
One other person say that the voice didn't match. And,
and
I expected it to sound like Xerxes from 300 or something.
Exactly, yeah. But, I mean, I guess you can chalk that up to, Adam Magnademon's character, just being the guy who only aura farms and makes everybody else do the fighting. How big a tough guy can he be if he gets stabbed by his wife?
So sick.
Wears all this impenetrable armor, commands an army, but he's still just a foolish man in the end.
Mm-mm.
But I'm trying to think because we still haven't even really talked about the Cyclops either, because that was another standout moment. Seeing it I guess we did a little bit, but after he gets stabbed in the eye and seeing that whole thing in motion was really just actually kind of terrifying. There is such an uncanniness to it, especially the way his eye and nose move in relation to where they're positioned. It really feels like there is just so much actual connected tissue to that entire face. Yeah. And seeing it just slowly eat dudes is insane. And then seeing it get stabbed in the eye and it just producing the loudest fucking noise I've ever heard in a movie.
My God, yeah. A real shriek. A real sad...
Yeah, my coworker asked, it being a Christopher Nolan movie, I was like, how loud is it by other Nolan standards? It's it's pretty fucking loud, but the scene with the Cyclops, it's possibly the loudest thing you'll ever fucking hear. So it's okay, cool, I'll bring some earbuds, I'll bring some, earplugs.
Oh, yeah. It was loud.
Yeah.
It was loud. The bass, I just remember the bass being just, not overkill because I enjoyed it, but just turned up to 11, brother. Turn that bass up. Christopher Nolan says more bass,
big bass. Yeah,
Ludwig Göransson, is that his name?
Yeah,
good stuff.
Academy Award winner Ludwig Göransson.
I wonder if they're gonna give all the awards to it, or
I was talking to my wife about it because I've been saying since like Top Gun came out that movies are so fucking back, and it's starting to like really like actually feel that way.
Yeah.
And I was like thinking about like, yeah, what next year's Oscars are gonna look like. Obviously, this is like easy lock for like all the major ones, but Dune 3 still hasn't come out yet.
Dune 3 will be in there,
and Dune 3 is also gonna just hog up half those awards too. Like we got the Odyssey and Dune Messiah being put onto the screen in the same fucking year. That's just insane to me.
And apparently an Avengers movie.
Apparently an event. I was watching a Yoda Joe video, and he can yell at me all he wants about this if he fucking watches this episode. But
Hi, Joe.
he did a YouTube reaction to the new Doomsday trailer, and deadass said like, you know what? Dune 3 can eat its heart out. This is what movies are all about. This is what we've been waiting for. All the people saying this is just Marvel's just only cares about nostalgia are wrong. They've just been proven wrong.
How?
I don't know. He was just he
was a terrible
excited.
trailer.
He was such a
I like, not even terrible, but like I couldn't get excited for a new Marvel trailer. It looked like a Marvel-ass movie. I don't know. I'm not interested in it trying to reveal Captain America to me again. And I'm like, okay.
This is the second time they've revealed him for this movie.
Yeah, it's like, all right. The
third time, actually, because they put his fucking chair in that stupid 6-hour, like, chair stream. Did you see that? They did, like, a whole, like, on Twitter, they did, like, a 6-hour live stream of them setting up chairs for all of the actors in the movie.
Oh, really?
So, like, 30 minutes would pass, and then they would set down Paul Rudd. 30 minutes would go by. Lupita Nyong'o. I think she's in the movie. 30 minutes would go by. Chris Evans, and just so on and so forth.
Robert Downey Jr.
Yeah,
like that kind of like that's not gonna make me excited for a movie. In fact, it's kind of doing the opposite. It's just like it feels gimmicky. Like you did enough gimmicks over the last fucking 10 years, and it really worked with Spider-Man. The last Spider-Man, where they did all the Spider-Man from the different movies. That was cool. This is not interesting to me.
It's just
you bringing back characters. You having Robert Downey Jr. play a character.
He's doing an accent at least. I thought he was just gonna do. I was worried they were gonna go like, Doctor Doom is actually Tony Stark, and I was like, that's the dumbest thing you could do. I think. But they gave him an accent, so I think he is going to be his own character. But what I want to happen completely, full-heartedly, nobody in the movie, no character, acknowledged that it looks like Tony Stark. I want him to take off that mask. Exactly. Yeah. I want him to take off that Dune mask and nobody to say a goddamn word. I don't want Spider-Man to get emotional. I don't want anybody to get their feelings confused. I want them to treat it as it's just a new guy. A new villain that's here to fuck shit up. I would be thrilled. But they're not going to do that.
That'd be very funny.
Yeah.
No,
anyway.
They're definitely not going to do that.
They're also doing this really fucking funny thing. I don't know if you saw. But since, like, Dune is hogging all of the IMAX screens for, like, 3 weeks, that means Doomsday does not get any IMAX screen time.
Damn.
So what Disney and Marvel did is they created a new format called Infinity Vision.
I saw something about that.
Yes. Yeah. But it's not a new format. What they're going to do, they're going to go around to all the other like premium large format screens and see if like does it have this size screen and this sound system and this projection power. Yeah. Stamp of approval, Infinity Vision. So, like, the Ultra Screen DLX at the Marcus Theaters, Infinity Vision. Imagine EMX Theaters, Infinity Vision. Dolby Atmos.
It's just a stamp that says this meets our requirements to be good.
Yeah, it's just that. It's just that. There's no actual like real format change to it. It's just like
premium.
It's just premium large format. It's all it is.
Every company calls it something different.
Yeah.
Might as well call it.
Now
Marvel thinks they're so special they can just they can name it. They're like, you know what? We can name the new IMAX thing.
And
Infinity Wars.
as soon as Doomsday's done and the next Marvel movie after that can have an IMAX screen, they're not going to do Infinity Vision anymore. I'm calling that shot.
Yeah. That doesn't really make sense.
Yeah, it's really funny. It is a really funny thing. Is there anything else you want to talk about regarding the Odyssey or anything else you've seen?
Oh God, I mean, I've seen other movies, but nothing really. I mean, like I said, Evil Dead Burn. It was okay. The Invite. It was pretty good.
I've been told to watch The Invite. I didn't get to it, but
Yeah, that's really hyped, and there's a lot of love for it in the last couple of weeks for sure. And it's good, but you could wait. You could wait till it comes home. I'm just saying.
Sure.
Wait till you watch it at home. It's not begging to be seen on a big screen like the Odyssey, or it's it's a dialogue heavy meet up in one location.
Sure.
Pretty simple movie. What else? I haven't really seen anything else. Toy Story 5. Maybe I already talked about that.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so.
Toy Story 5. I saw it twice. Do we? Oh yeah, we took a week. We were a week off.
Yes, we took an extra week. Yeah, so because neither of us had seen anything new when we should have recorded last week.
So I saw Toy Story 5 and Minions and Monsters.
I still gotta see Minions.
And oh yeah, dude,
it's like it's like the one time like an Illumination movie is like winning me over and like getting me excited to see it because people are liking this new Minions movie.
And definitely is made for movie people. I mean, it's based in Hollywood. Minions take over Hollywood type of beat. You know what I mean? But early, it's the transition between silent films and they're finally getting sound. And there's some good bits in there with that. But both movies are fine. I saw them both at a drive-in on 4th of July. Super American.
I saw a really funny TikTok of somebody at a drive-in where one screen was like to the north and it was Toy Story, and then far to the east it was Jackass.
Really? Nice.
Yeah, so you just had like fucking like I think like Preston's gut. I couldn't really like see what was being shown on screen. I'm sure they picked an appropriate time to film it. Yeah. But just like Toy Story and then quick pan to the left and you see like Preston about to just lay on top of Wee Man or something like that.
Yeah, that's sick. I need to go to There's a drive-in in Litchfield, I think, that has 2 screens, and I've never been, and I'd like to go.
Me and my wife keep saying like we should do a drive-in, but they've never really had anything worth seeing 2 movies for, because like you pay for both movies and then. And then, like, I don't know how to deal about the radio situation, if I want to leave my car on for all that time or do something.
Some cars are different. I normally say that's not an issue, but some of these new cars, this isn't a car podcast, but let me tell you, when you turn the car on and you can't turn your lights off unless, this is a new thing, you have to put the e-brake on, have the car off, e-brake on, hold the brake, then turn it on with the lights off. That's how you turn your lights off. It's crazy. I had to look that up at a drive-in. Anyway, new cars, dumb. My car, lights off, you're done. I listen to the radio, and you can turn the radio loud, and you can bring your dog. The drive-in is the best place in the world. Okay.
I think it's been since 2012 was the last time I was at a drive-in.
Really? Oh, yeah. Man. And the best time to go is in fall, in my opinion.
Nice cool weather.
Crisp. Yeah.
Crisp and cool.
And a lot of times they play horror movies, and that is so fun at the drive-in.
That would be a good one to do at the drive-thru, yeah.
No kids. There's no kids and running around. Like, Minions and Monsters, lots of kids. And that's fun. There's fireworks going off all over town. It was crazy.
Yeah.
But it was fun. It was an experience. But when the kids aren't there, it's even more fun. I can smoke even louder. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Smoking weed at the drive-in. Anyway, shit. How about you? Did you see anything else? You want to talk about anything before our movie of the week?
I got nothing else. It was just the Odyssey. I didn't get to watch anything today. My friends were playing like hot and cold on if we were going to play a video game tonight. Mm-hmm. And I got one yes, or one person asked me, and I said yes. But hard out at 10 so I can record the podcast.
Yeah.
And then nobody else said yes. So we can't play, Super Battle Golf with just 2 people. So
Super Battle Golf. That sounds fun.
it is a pretty fun game. It's just you just playing golf, but you get like rocket launchers to blow each other up and shit.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah. So no, I did not get to watch anything else that was new or really worth the conversation.
But I bet you did watch 2007's Mr. Lonely, directed by Harmony Korine, for this week's episode. I bet you did watch that.
I did.
Yeah, me too. We have that in common.
Yeah. What did you think about 2008's Mr. Lonely, directed by Harmony Korine?
I loved it. I mean, it's not as good as Gummo or anything, but as like, it's a Harmony Korine movie for sure.
It definitely it feels like it feels so close.
Backwards engineered in ways that are very obvious, and Werner Herzog is in it.
Oh my god.
Loved seeing him.
Yeah.
Loved seeing him. His whole bits with the nuns was great, and then ends in the best way. We'll get into it. Maybe we'll go through the movie if you want to, but I really liked him in the movie. I liked freaking Samantha Morton, who I was just so dumbfounded. I obviously told that story already, but so dumbfounded that was her. And have you seen Schenectady, New York?
I haven't. I've been meaning to for a while. Like
the best. It's one of my favorites. She's so good in it. You'll fall in love with her. I fell in love with her, and that's why she's in my brain, because that movie, I was just like, of course, it's the girl. That's Hazel from. Love her. Anyway, what did you think, Mr. Lonely?
I enjoyed it. I definitely liked the first chunk of it more. It kind of petered off for me as it went on, but it does have so it does have that Harmony Korine almost slice of life filmmaking that he did with Gummo that I really was attached to watching that. And he pulled that off more or less to the same effect here. This one does have a bit more characterization to it, actual characters to follow. And I loved Diego Luna as Michael Jackson. I don't know if you if you're on TikTok or if you get these TikToks, but his performance as Michael Jackson, as a Michael Jackson impersonator, reminded me of this one other guy I see a lot on TikTok who says he's the only 60s guy in the world, and he dresses like Elvis, and he's this Italian guy, so he also talks through kind of this softer whimsical accent that Diego Luna has.
Yeah.
And he just sings and dances like he's Michael Jackson, Every TikTok he does is the same bit where he's I'm the only 60s guy in the world. Today, I'm Michael Jackson. And he just does a little dance in his driveway dressed up as Elvis. And I got those same vibes out of Diego Luna here. It's all I could fucking think about.
Yeah.
Made me really appreciate his performance that much more, because it didn't feel like he was doing Michael Jackson. It felt like he was doing someone pretending to be Michael Jackson. It was another layer to it.
It was very soft. I was watching the end of this movie with my girlfriend. She came down. She's I had no idea what was going on. And I was just wow. I was he might be in love with Marilyn Monroe, but I can't tell because I think he might be gay. And she said, why do you think he might be gay? And I'm because he acts so soft. That was the only reason. But I don't think it never went that route. I think he was just straight, and I was just wrong and a bad person for judging. Soft boys can like titties and chickens.
Naked women, naked chickens.
Chicken breasts. I loved it. That was very Gummo-esque.
Yeah.
His whole a lot of take each character and make them do one random ass scene by themselves, or maybe not. As far as the Pope, not by himself, but getting bathed by a young little kid. God, there's so many good bits where I feel like the visual of it was the reason for it, and then it got written in somehow. You know what I mean? So he's I want the Pope in a bathtub being cleaned by buckwheat. they're like, why? It's like, I don't know. Everybody just go over and smell him and say he stinks, he stinks, he stinks, he stinks over and over again, and that'll be in the film. I feel like that's more what is happening, just because he wants the Pope in the bathtub more than the story. It needs to, it doesn't need to be there for the story. It's a very visual based story. Like, I wanna have nuns flying. Why would I have nuns flying through the air? In what world do I have 4 nuns flying through the air holding hands, where I can have them just whimsically, to music floating through just nothingness, blue sky? Like, I don't know. Maybe there's a whole bit where they're jumping on planes, surviving. Maybe. That's what I feel like is going on here. It's very reverse engineered for the visual.
Yeah.
All that being said, it works, because like it's putting all this stuff together to make a tone of saying something rather than just saying it. And I think Harmony Korine's so good at that. I mean, Gummo's the better example.
Yeah, like the more like movies like we watch, and like me specifically too with Harmony Korine, like the more I'm really like liking him as a filmmaker, which is like I thought was gonna be like totally unexpected. I didn't know I was gonna like really be as into like his body of work as I am right now, especially with his like, his like a new weirdo shit he's doing with like Baby Invasion and Aggro Drift.
Yeah.
Because now like he's gone through like what I've noticed are like his like 3 phases. He's got 3 arcs going on. His like very like niche American culture arc with Gummo and Mr. Lonely, even though Mr. Lonely takes place in Scotland. But like he's playing with these American icons is what he's doing, and he's kind of like bringing them down a peg by they're not these famous people, but they're pretending to be these famous people, so we can like get a bit more like depravity out of like these characters, right? There's a whole scene with like Marilyn Monroe, being married to Charlie Chaplin, and they have that whole dialogue like, sometimes when I look at you, I don't know if I'm looking at Adolf Hitler or not.
Yeah, you're right.
So he's able to like kind of like bake that takedown of American iconography that way. As well as just like with Gummo being able to just like do a portrait of like a kind of like a white trash corner of America, which I also really like that he does. Yeah. He kind of like puts a pinpoint on like specific parts of American culture, especially like even going into Spring Breakers and Beach Bum, just like cornering it on different parts of Miami, and now he's just turned that dial up to 11 with just this string of like absurdist crime movies he's doing now, where like he just like operates in his own complete bubble, no studio, nobody. He is just doing these for himself now.
Yeah.
So I don't know if we'll ever get a Gummo ever again, or if it's only gonna be just like shit like Baby Invasion that is only for him.
Right.
He's never gonna make anything else to make anybody else happy, because he made Baby Invasion. That kind of set the course on where he's choosing to go next.
Yeah. He can do anything he wants, which is beautiful.
Yeah, I'm always on board for a filmmaker who is like set himself up in that position.
Yeah.
I know like David Lowery's kind of like straddling that boat. He's always down to like make a movie for Disney as long as he gets a budget to do something for himself, like Mother Mary, which I still got to see.
I see. I didn't know about that guy at all. So
it's the guy who did like The Green Knight and A Ghost Story. I don't know if you've seen those two.
Oh, Green Knight was decent.
Yeah,
for sure.
But he also did the live action Pete's Dragon movie for Disney.
Also decent.
And the latest Disney Plus Peter Pan and Wendy movie. He did that too.
So you didn't even hear about that.
Yeah, yeah, David Lowery does operate in a very like one for them, one for me type bubble.
Yeah.
And is quick to pick up the phone at Disney. but he still does pop in every once in a while with his own movie for himself.
I hope Harmony Korine pops over to Disney and makes one for them.
He's been asked by Terrence Malick to direct a movie for him. Terrence Malick has a script that he wants Harmony Korine to do, but Harmony Korine's like, I don't know if I can do a Terrence Malick script.
Yeah.
Like, especially now, Harmony, like, being in his own bubble, doing stuff for himself.
Yeah.
But
awesome.
I would love to see what he would do with a Terrence Malick script. I've never seen a Terrence Malick
Me too.
movie.
I mean, all of these movies that I've seen of his so far. I mean, all of his older stuff anyway.
Yeah.
I love it. I mean, it has a pulse in it that is very specific to him, and it's very present in the movies, and I appreciate it so much. So like, if more of that can exist, and I haven't seen Baby Invasion, so I guess I really don't even know. Maybe it does have that same pulse somewhat, but
it's an entirely, Baby Invasion is its own wavelength. That really is, if you don't fuck with it, you will not fuck with it at any point. Like, when I watched it, I was like baked out of my fucking mind, and it's like borderline first person, like, live stream of like crime. It kind of like delves into themes of like, like blurring the line between like content and just criminal behavior, because it is a lot of like people live streaming. There's a chat going along the side of the screen where they're just like robbing rich people's houses, and then there's weird like psychedelic moments of like chasing a rabbit through like a fucking wormhole. You look up, you see some fucked up shit in the sky. He does a weird thing with AI where, I think I read about this, where he has his own like in-house like AI model that he feeds himself, so it's not like taking anything from anybody.
Yeah.
And he did a weird thing in Baby Invasion where like he was like going through this house and everything in the house was textured through AI. And it's like warping and changing, and you're seeing like animals in the furniture constantly like mutating and evolving, and it makes for a fucking insane thing to look at when you're stoned.
Yeah.
So it's like, again, like one of those things where like I can really appreciate but also feel a little weird about it being AI, but I think I can give Harmony Korine a pass. It being his own personal thing, his own like, he's not like training it on anybody else's shit. Yeah,
artificial intelligence as a thing isn't bad. It's just how you use it and how you use generative, and what the big AI. That's bad.
Big AI bad, but if you're using AI for like nerd science shit.
Tons of good AI tools that you can use for video editing that people have been using for years and years and years.
Yeah.
And it's not, because it's not generative AI. It's, there's a nuance.
There's definitely a nuance. I don't want to just throw the hammer, like AI bad because AI, it's a new technology, and as long as you're not using it to fucking just write your movies for you, or
right,
just like
doing the creative parts?
Using it to cut corners creatively and take jobs from like actually talented people, so you can have this thing that looks like dog shit instead.
Dude, I can't look at an AI poster ever again, man. It's blowing my mind. How many people are using them everywhere, all over?
Yeah. It blows.
Yeah, wow.
But Harmony Korine's Mr. Nobody softly does not. Let's get back on track to that. How about
Mr. Lonely?
Yeah.
Yeah. What?
We've got all these characters.
One thing.
Go ahead.
One thing that did visually strike me was really cool scene. They're walking away from the performance, right? They all have the flashlights outside in the dark. They start singing. They're all kind of down, right? The performance was, but they start singing. They start bringing it up. Then out of the darkness, Marilyn Monroe hanging from a tree.
Yeah. and just
that
like
shit was like that,
only
and the nun falling out of the plane the very first time.
the first
was
time
also kind of like
was crazy.
It was like sudden. It's very sudden. I loved it.
It's what I liked about like the first chunk of the movie too, because like there is that like off kilter humor that like Kareem has in his movies, where there's like a level of like awkward absurdity to it, especially when like Michael Jackson's like performing at the old people's home and they all look like they've never seen Michael Jackson before, and half of them look like they're convinced that that is Michael Jackson in front of them. And yeah, and they're all just like
never die.
Yeah, it's like, you will never die, you will never die. We're all gonna be old together. And they're all just like, this guy, I was just like, just staring at my screen, jaw on the floor, like, just, it was fucking hilarious, is what it was. I'll just cut to the chase there. It was really fucking funny. And then, yeah, you get the first scene with Werner Herzog, too, talking to the guy about being how much of a sinner he is. He's like, you're here every day with these flowers for your wife. She left you. Why did she leave you? He's like, I cheated on her. He's like, yes, you cheated on her. You're a bad man. You're a bad man, but you have a good heart. I see into your heart. And he's like, the dude's like crying, and Werner Herzog is consoling him.
Is that an actor? I mean,
I don't know who that was, because again, like what you said before, just like everything being so like put together, you know, I feel like for this, it might just be some guy, some local guy, you know, wherever they were
it's
filming.
completely random. In the context of the movie, it's incredibly random. You know, you got the plane, you got the priest guy, you know, whatever he is, but this other guy, what they're talking about does never get brought up. And that guy, I don't think he starts legitimately crying. I'm like, this dude is either like,
yeah, it's
an incredible actor at playing really just kind of like a dumb, simple drunkard man. Either he's so good at acting like that, or that guy is just, this is just real. I don't know.
I felt the same way about that scene when watching like Gummo, because it does feel like Harmony Korine just picked up a camera and just filmed things that were happening, but this time he has Werner Herzog in front of him, just like fucking popping off as he tends to do,
and no cuts either. I mean, there's no cutting. It's just straight footage for a couple minutes. I mean,
it really is like a thing I like about these early Korine movies is his ability to just capture something that feels so natural, but so like kind of like unfamiliar to us as like the audience. You know, like we've never seen this kind of situation where, you know, like a man's being lectured about like cheating on, you know, however many women he's cheated on before. You know, he like this guy like this priest like takes off on a plane, you know, or like in Gummo where you're just like following a bunch of like white trash kids around, you know, as they're like about to like beat up a cat they find, you know. But the scene where the nun just falls out of the plane was absolutely insane. And I was like trying to like piece it together, you know, like as much as I loved what Werner Herzog's scenes were doing, just because I get to see Werner Herzog in a movie.
Yeah.
I was trying to piece together what the point of that all was. And especially again too, like just getting all these nuns to skydive. You know, the second time we see it, they're all doing like fucking tricks. They're treated there. It's a miracle. Skydiving nuns. They're falling from the sky without parachutes. They're doing fucking BMX tricks in the air. You know, they're fucking. It might as well be like Mission Impossible Fallout. And then the last time we see them, they're about to like, all right, let's go meet the real Pope. We've been called to Vatican City because we have been doing miracles. They're calling these miracles. So let's go get blessed by the Pope. And then they die in a plane crash. So there's an insane irony twist to it. Where, like, I don't know if it's like a thing about, like, you know, like faith and religion, just deconstructing that, or...
I don't know. It almost feels like, to me, it is written in there as almost like a fuck you, not a fuck you really, but like there's going to be stuff in this movie very purposefully, like it's going to be coming reoccurring thing, like these nuns jumping out of planes, and then you're going to continue to ask me why, and you're going to ask why are they in there, why are they in there, why, and then at the end they're all going to die in a plane crash, and like that it's just all for that punchline. It feels like it was like its purpose was to be purposeless, sort of, because the end was so abrupt it made none of it matter, even less than it already did. And I felt like potentially that might have been the point, I don't know.
It's a very like vibes tone that most of these like Harmony Korine movies have. Even like Spring Breakers has like a more like through line plot, but Spring Breakers is just like girls getting into trouble on spring break. There's no like conflict to be had, except they're just, some of them are just having a bad time, some of them are loving it. And then like Beach Bum, we're just following Moondog around as he's like just trying to have a good time.
I need to see that stuff.
Oh my god, it's I think my favorite Harmony Korine movie.
Oh, really?
Because it is
on Tubi.
It is on Tubi, yeah. It is like a really fucking funny time. It's a really good time, and it's another like jam-packed with insane characters just at every fucking turn. And like it's like the dial on it too is like cranked up almost past 11 too, a little bit. It doesn't full send it like Aggro Drift or Baby Invasion, but it does have a very nice, almost kind of its own Odyssey adventure.
Yeah, good. I'll have to watch that one next.
Yeah.
Highly recommend that. None of these, like even this one is definitely not like a perfect movie, or it doesn't even really make sense half the time to me. And again, where I think that it's being backwards manufactured to get the shots rather than be a story, but like it's a really fun 3 out of 5 time. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
A bad-ish movie, I can see why people would hate it, but like if you can watch it and really get that undercurrent, you can get what he's trying to convey in his weird ass way. Like it's just as good a time as any of the other ones. You know what I mean? So
yeah, for me it runs a little long. I think
2 hours was surprising.
Yeah, and like all of his other movies are around 90 minutes, 90 to 100 minutes. So this one,
there was a few things that just got drug out in this one too. Like the performance scene wasn't funny or anything, and it was just a bad performance. Not bad, but like like look,
in the context of the
and
movie,
it went on for a while.
Yeah.
Went on for a while. And I'm like, all right, they're gonna bow for the next 5 minutes, I guess. Things like that, which I think maybe help sometimes. Watch Michael Jackson ride a little motorcycle for 2 minutes straight or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, okay, is there a point? Does it really? Is it adding to like the whole vibe? Maybe it's maybe it needs to be there, but I think it could have. I think it got away with a little bit of an edit.
Yeah. 6 out of 10s, or 6 out of 10, 3 out of 5s for me too. Again, really enjoyed the first chunk. Loved Diego Luna. Could use him chopping around. Loved the Werner Herzog stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That was incredibly entertaining anytime he showed up. And again, it's really getting me excited to watch more Harmony Korine movies, even if one of those is Trash Humpers.
Yeah.
Which I don't know what to expect out of that, but it's Harmony Korine, so it's gonna be something. I
think it's what he made after this one.
Right after it.
Awesome.
So I'm looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to Julian Donkey Boy. I think those are the only 2 I have left to watch. Everything else is like short film stuff.
Yeah. Cool, man.
Yeah.
Well, does this one belong on the Weirdo Watch List?
I think it does, because again, we're on a like point blank perspective. We're watching a guy pretend to be Michael Jackson meet a woman pretending to be Marilyn Monroe, and they go to a commune of people pretending to be the Three Stooges, Abe Lincoln, Charlie Chaplin, all these characters who make no sense contextually, but and we're just hanging out with them. It doesn't have the same like sense of community that we got with Knight Riders, but it's still the George A. Romero, the Knights on Motorcycles.
Oh, Knight with a K.
Yeah. Not the David Hasselhoff vehicle. But it gets really close to hitting that Knight Riders bit where it is just a great time to watch this community of people. Here it's a little bit more stooped in tragedy and idiosyncratic absurdity a little bit. Like we never really get to feel like the characters as people rather than like kind of ridiculous like caricatures. They never break character.
Right.
So I think and maybe that's again to the point of the movie trying to like keep those masks up so that we can like not so that we can like put a different like face to Michael Jackson maybe, or like at least like the idolization of him if we see him as just this like guy who's singing in retirement homes.
Yeah, humanizes them maybe, who knows.
Even then again, like the most we get I think out of any character is when Diego Luna's back in Paris talking to his eggs. He's got all those eggs and then he talks to Marilyn Monroe again. He's like, I just couldn't do it. I just had so many troubles. It just wasn't. I couldn't keep up with it. I had to go. But I still enjoyed it a bit, decent bit.
Yeah, I did too. I'd watch it again for sure. I enjoyed it. All right, let's hear it. What are we gonna watch for the next episode?
For the next episode, I have picked the 1997 film Nowhere, directed by Gregg Araki.
Okay.
Stars James Duval, Rachel True, Nathan Bexton, bunch of other people, and set in Los Angeles, a colorful assortment of bohemians try and make sense of their intersecting lives. The moody Dark Smith, his bisexual girlfriend, her lesbian lover, and her shy gay friend plan on attending the wildest party of the year. But they'll only make it if they can survive the drug trips, suicides, trysts, mutilations, and alien abductions that occur on one surreal day unfolds. So we're kind of keeping in theme with an Odyssey.
Okay, great.
That part was unintentional, cool. But I think Gregg Araki has a new movie coming out here in the coming weeks.
Oh, really?
So, kind of like half a reason why I picked it, because I know he's got movies I do want to see too. Yeah, end of the month. New movie with
Sex.
Yeah, Cooper Hoffman and Olivia Wilde.
Yeah, that looks good. That one looks good. He also made Smiley Face, which is fucking great.
Yeah, that's the new movie. I Want Your Sex. Johnny Knoxville's in that.
Oh, yeah. Cool, yeah, this looks great.
Yeah. No, he's only got like a good couple films, and they're all like 80 minutes. So like, this is a filmography I want to burn through real quick, especially with his new one coming out.
Yeah, oh yeah.
But yeah, it's
cool. Nowhere.
You can rent it on a couple of things, but right now it's on the Criterion Channel. I don't know when it'll be taken off, because I know they like to rotate things out pretty quickly. But yeah, this one's 83 minutes too, and
yeah,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm sure it'll be good.
Me too. It looks good. Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Any final thoughts before I end this son of a bitch?
Well, no, I gotta go. I'm going on a houseboat for the next 4 days.
Oh, all right.
I leave at 6 a.m. So.
Ooh, Oh yeah, I'll let you get to bed then.
It's time to go, but if I don't make it back, just know that Nowhere looks really good. I wish I would have saw it.
If tragedy befalls, I'll get Yoda Joe to be my new co-host, and I'll be miserable trying to get him to watch any movie that Chris Evans is not in.
There you go.
All right.
You can replace me. I'll allow it.
All right. That'll do it for this episode of the Weirdo Watchlist Podcast. We had a long one today. It's an hour 15 minutes this episode.
God damn.
We talked about the Odyssey for a while.
Yeah.
But with that being said, thank you all for listening. Be sure to like this episode, rate it, comment on it, watch it again. You know,
send it to me.
Send it to him.
Send the episode to me so I can watch it.
Send it to him so he can watch it. And watch a movie, watch Nowhere for the next episode, and we'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.